Is this Frank's number? It's Tazia.
Wow. Tazia? Really?
Yes, it's really me. It's not a prank. I'm really your ex-wife Tazia, who you were married to 10 years ago.
Right. Tazia. It's been ages. How have you been?
Good. And you, Frank?
Yeah. All good. It's just you haven't been in touch all this time. So, I'm pretty surprised.
I know. Sorry to text you out of nowhere. I got this number from Dewey.
Oh, right. I guess you and Dewey did know each other. So, what's up? There must be some reason you got in touch, right?
Well, it's been a while, so I was just wondering how you were.
Oh. That's really it?
Sorry.
I've forgiven you because it's been 10 years, but we divorced because you wanted to. You can't just text me because you feel like it.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess it's thanks to you divorcing me that I could find my current wife.
Oh, yeah. I heard that you got remarried. Apparently, it's going well.
Uh-huh. I have a 6-year-old son.
Oh, wow. I'm glad you seem happy, Frank.
But like I said, I don't really want these kinds of texts from you in the future. I don't want to worry my wife about me having an affair. Of course, you can get in touch anytime if you have a good reason.
Sorry.
Well, it's fine as long as you understand. So, you don't have anything important to talk to me about this time?
Nope. I just wanted to talk a little.
Right. Well, take care, Tazia.
Thanks. You too, Frank. Sorry, Frank. Can I call you now?
Didn't I tell you not to contact me anymore?
I've got something I need to talk about this time. I'd like you to hear my request.
It's fine if you want to talk, but it'll have to be texts, not over a call. My wife's put my son to bed. I have my own life to live, too.
That's fine. I'll text you. I didn't want to tell you before because I thought you'd be shocked. But after the divorce, I had your child. So I want you to help me.
A child? Mine? You have a child that's mine?
Yeah.
But, really? Are you kidding?
I wouldn't joke about such a thing.
My child? But you didn't tell me anything. The other day, you said you didn't get in touch for any particular reason.
But the divorce was my fault. And like I told you, it was because I found someone else. So I couldn't bring myself to tell you. So I even left the father blank on her birth certificate.
What? You couldn't bring yourself to tell me? Didn't you think it was important for me to know?
I'm sorry. I didn't plan on relying on you, Frank. I already felt guilty for having messed up your life.
If it's my kid, then how old are we talking? Around 9 or 10?
Yeah. A 9-year-old girl.
And you're absolutely certain that she's mine.
I know it's hard for you to believe. You can do a paternity test if you want.
I see. If you're that confident, she must really be my daughter.
I'm sorry. I planned to never tell you, but the situation has changed.
You said you need help. Does it have anything to do with that?
Yeah. Actually, I have cancer. I don't have long to live.
What? Cancer? You've got cancer, Tazia?
Yeah. Maybe karma. I'm honestly scared. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. So, I thought about handing Izzy over to foster care. Yeah, I forgot to mention, but her name's Izzy. But then I remembered you, Frank. But I thought if it's possible, you should take care of Izzy. I know it's selfish of me.
Honestly, I'm still processing the fact that I had a child with you. And the fact that you're terminally ill. And you want me to take care of her. Anyway, it's not something I can just decide on my own.
I know. You need to discuss this with your wife.
Yeah. Sorry. I can't give you an answer right away. Give me some time.
Of course. I'm grateful that you're even considering it. But I just want you to meet Izzy first. Izzy didn't know about your existence either, so I want to know what she thinks too.
Of course. If it's my daughter, I have to at least consider looking after her. You're right. We should meet.
Even if you decide not to take her in, I want you to be there to support her even a little bit. My parents have disowned me because of the divorce and having a child out of wedlock. Izzy has nobody to rely on.
Okay, but let's not talk about us taking her in just yet. Like I said, it's not something I can decide alone. I intend to support her, but depending on what my wife says, we might not be able to keep her. I'm sorry, but I can't take her in if it's going to break my current family apart. I have to prioritize them above all.
Sure. That's fair.
Well, I'll discuss this with my wife first. So we'll decide what to do next after that.
Yeah. Thanks for this, Frank. Frank, is now a good time? I wanted to talk about what to do from now on.
Oh, great timing. I wanted to talk to you too, Tazia.
Great. How was you and your wife's time with Izzy yesterday? Izzy said she had a really good time.
Right.
So what did your wife say?
She's a very nice little girl.
Really? Then I'm glad. I was worried at first, but if it looks like you and Izzy will get along living together, I feel better. Now I can die in peace.
What are you talking about? You still plan on living, don't you?
Well, of course, I'd love to live as long as possible. But my body's getting weaker these days. I'm going to be staying at the hospital from next month.
I see.
So I want you to start living with Izzy as soon as possible. Your wife decided to meet her as well, so you decided to take her in, right? So can I start making plans for her to move into your place?
You don't have to.
Huh?
We're not going to be taking Izzy in at our house.
Frank? Are you being serious right now? The first time you met, you guys seemed to get along. You even got your wife to meet her. And you both even said she's very nice.
It'd be pretty difficult for us to just take her in when she's not our child. Maybe it'd go more smoothly if my wife and I were already looking at adopting. But we weren't even considering it. I just don't think we're ready for the responsibility of caring for a child that's not related to any of us by blood.
Huh? What do you mean? Izzy is your child, Frank.
When I met Izzy for the first time, I took a sample for a paternity test. She cooperated with me while you were gone to the restroom.
You did something like that right off the bat?
I had no choice. We had no knowledge of her existence until recently, so we couldn't be sure. My wife wouldn't have agreed without that. It was very important for me, my family, and Izzy herself to find out the truth. Anyhow, you're the one who said I could check in the first place, Tasia.
Well, yeah, but I didn't think you'd actually do it.
So, you were just bluffing about the paternity test? So, Tasia, what were you trying to pull here, exactly?
Then why did you agree to a second meeting with Izzy? You found out from the first time that she wasn't yours, right?
I wanted to find out what you were up to, and we wanted to prepare ourselves to help Izzy. I felt something was off with her the first time we met. Everything she said sounded like a rote script that you gave her. She always seemed to look in your direction to check your reaction, too.
Then why did you say that your wife should meet her?
I thought that with you there, Izzy couldn't tell us the truth. That's why we invited her to our house.
What the? So you had no intention of taking her in from the beginning?
That's what we decided after having a good hard think about it. Both my wife and I were prepared to take care of her if she really was my daughter. But I have a right to check if she actually was before I make any big decisions. I won't just take your word at face value anymore, like I did in the past.
I seriously don't get this. If you didn't want her from the start, just say so. You're awful for getting Izzy's hopes up. She was really looking forward to living with you because she thought you'd be such a great father, Frank.
You're wrong. Izzy's just happy to be getting away from you.
Huh?
Izzy's father is the man that you divorced me for, right? When you divorced me, you said you hadn't told him your feelings and that you weren't physically involved yet. But you did get pregnant with his child. And he even left you after you abandoned me, right?
How do you know? Did Izzy tell you?
I investigated your behavior and situation, past and current.
Isn't that going too far? Did you want to deny that she was your child that much? You're ice cold.
I think it's more important to find out the truth. You didn't even take care of Izzy properly, did you? You only bathed her and gave her new clothes when introducing her to your boyfriend at the time. You really wanted to paint the picture of a hard-working single mother.
Where did you get that from? If Izzy told you that, you shouldn't believe her. She's in a rebellious phase, so she just loves causing me trouble.
It wasn't just Izzy's words. I also heard it from Izzy's friends' parents.
What?
There were always rumors among them about your terrible parenting. Although it seems like none of them got involved because they felt it wasn't their business.
I did raise her well.
She was never fed properly. She was told not to use the shower. You pretended to be a good mother only when you introduced her to boyfriends or to me. If she messed up in those meetings, you pinched her or bruised her in places that wouldn't be seen. Seriously, as a parent myself, I can't believe the things you did to her.
What do you know? You have no idea how hard it is to be a single mother. I have my hands full just trying to earn enough money to feed her. Don't butt in when you don't know a thing. You have no idea what it's like being me.
It all started in the first place because of your affair. What you're saying is insulting to single parents who do take proper care of their children. I'm sure it was tough to raise your child alone. But you always dressed nice, while Izzy always got rags for clothes. You often gave her your scraps for dinner, didn't you?
But Izzy had school lunches.
Are you for real? 1 meal a day isn't enough. And what did she eat when she was off school?
Well, Izzy's grown up fine, so get off my back. She's not your daughter, so you have no right to tell me how to raise her.
I'm not so cold that I can just ignore a child in trouble. You have a fiancé, right? So, Izzy got in your way, is that it? My butt, you have cancer. I think you've mocked us enough. Stop screwing around.
You found out about Ronan, too?
Ronan was prepared to accept Izzy as his stepdaughter. But you told him that your ex-husband was going to be taking care of her.
How do you know?
I heard it directly from Roman.
What are you doing? Is this a joke? Stop it! I'm planning to marry him.
Ronan was shocked too. About the fact that you even lied about cancer to pass Izzy on to me when I'm not even related. He was also disgusted by the truth of how you treat Izzy behind closed doors.
Ronan's a really good guy. He's rich too. I thought I could finally be happy.
I don't really care about that. I wondered why you wanted to get rid of Izzy even when Ronan was willing to take her in. But it makes sense. You never know when Izzy might tell him the truth about how you treat her. And you even told Izzy you didn't love her. Sounds like you were taking it out on her because her father left you. You thought Ronan would hate you if you handed Izzy over to foster care, so that's why you chose me instead.
Please, stop it. Why are you trying to ruin my life? It was a mistake to marry you in the first place.
That's my line. You're the one who tried to ruin my life first. I'm just glad I was able to help Izzy.
You keep saying that about helping Izzy, but what does that even mean? Do you think I'll just let Izzy off after all of this?
Exactly. So Izzy won't be going back home to you. I went to report everything I found out to Izzy's school teacher.
Reported?
Izzy's with CPS now. I made sure she went with them just earlier.
I don't understand. I haven't done anything that bad.
You don't get to judge whether what you did was bad. Izzy herself said that she wanted to get away from you. So you get it, right?
But wait. What happens to me from now?
Who knows? But CPS will most likely question you on how you've treated Izzy. Worst case scenario, you'll be talking to the police. And I don't know what'll happen to your engagement with Ronan.
Well, I'll tell Ronan I handed Izzy over to foster care. Tell him that she was being too rebellious, so I had no choice but to get someone else to look after her.
Come on now. Nobody's going to believe that after everything that you've done. You've got to take responsibility for your own actions, Tasia. You only ever think about yourself, not a care for how you hurt others.
But I just wanted to be happy. But everyone just keeps getting in my way.
See? You keep blaming it on others. Maybe you were right that you don't have long to live.
Huh?
Because you're finished as a human being. You'll probably never be happy. After that, Izzy was taken in by Tazia's parents, who she had no contact with. I was worried about it, because they disowned Tazia. But I hear that they're really good to Izzy. Ronan called off his marriage with Tazia. She always played nice in front of him, but she hit him when he talked to her about divorce. So, Ronan's pressing charges against her for assault. She was my ex-wife, so when I heard that I had a child, I was shocked but prepared to look after her. But I feel bad for my wife because it turned out to be a lie, so that messed with her head. But we're really glad that we were able to save Izzy in the end. When we were discussing whether to accept Izzy into our family, I was touched by my wife's willingness to take care of her if she was actually my child. I love her even more after seeing how truly wonderful a person she is. It wouldn't be easy for most people to accept, but she's amazing. I want to carry on supporting my wife. I vow to never betray her and to always treat her well. I don't want to lose the happiness of our current life.